if you hear that. I'll try my best to edit it out if I can in post. Hi. This video is going to be a serious video. It's going to be a little bit of a rant video, and it's going to be a difficult video. The reason why for all those things is because it's a video about mental health and how we treat mental health online. And particularly regarding influencers who have very clear mental health problems. This is something that I've thought about a lot. I don't really have a script for this video, mostly because it was really difficult to write the script for this for a couple of reasons. One is that this is a topic that's very important to me, personally. And two, I need to be able to walk a line between allowing people to have grace and letting people know, like, it's okay to be sick. Like, it's not, it's okay to be unwell in that way. Like, I'm not trying to shame the people who are unwell in this way, but I am definitely trying to shame the people who watch it like it's a circus act. Because that's what we're doing. That's what we do. We watch it like it's a circus act. And then in the process of that, we allow people who should not have platforms at all, like, to get platforms and to allow everyone to see them in this new light. And so I really want to talk about it. Another reason why it's so important to me, before I go over, I have 4 situations I want to touch on deeply. But, like, the history of this, I don't want to say every problem in society stems from how we treated Britney Spears in 2008, but every problem in society stems from how we treated Britney Spears in 2008. Because we treated Britney Spears in 2008 the same way we're treating Trisha Paytas right now, the same way we're treating Gabby Hanna right now, and the same way we're kind of treating this Creepshow art situation. And the way that, like, although I will say the Creepshow art situation, people are very much more, like, appalled, because that situation is actually, like, really serious and really crazy. And then on the other hand, you have situations like Tati's video that she just uploaded and Jeffree Star's video that he just uploaded, right? You have those situations, and it's like, you have let me just get into it. I'm going to start with Trisha and Frenemies, and then I'll go from there. So here's the thing, right? Particularly with Trisha Paytas, right? Before Trisha was on Frenemies, everyone was like, they're a troll. Trisha's a troll. Trisha's just faking it, right? Trisha is just doing it for attention. And in the process, Trisha in the past has said some really harmful things. And then Trisha got on Frenemies, and then Trisha got engaged to Moses and was joining Ethan Hila's family. And then suddenly Trisha had this platform where she could discuss all of her stuff. Don't come at me for the pronouns. TikTok bio, I checked literally 5 minutes ago. She, her, they, them. So I will be mixing it all in, using both. Frenemies gave Trisha a platform to air out some grievances in past professional relationships that she's had, right? And I think that the urge to give Trisha this redemption arc, the Trisha redemption arc narrative, comes from this place where we knew that we had maybe discredited her a little too much when talking about how much of a troll Trisha was. And, like, sure, absolutely, especially when you look at the other relationships that Trisha had that ended. Like, they had professional relationships with Shane Dawson and David Dobrik, 2 people that ended up being terrible creators, running terrible, systems, terrible channels or whatever, right? David Dobrik never paid anyone for being in his videos, even though he made millions of dollars. Shane Dawson is, genuinely, this is a hot take I'm about to say to you right now, so please bear with me. And, like, I can make a video on this later, but I really do genuinely believe the content and the jokes Shane Dawson made in the early days of YouTube helped shape the algorithm to a point where it created the alt-right pipeline. I don't think Shane Dawson is an entrance point in the same way that PewDiePie is an entrance point, or that, like, Joe Rogan is an entrance point, but I think the way Shane Dawson made content and the type of content he made helped shape the algorithm. In the early days, I'm talking pre-2010 YouTube, in the early days, to create the situation that the algorithm would push these conspiracy theories, would push radicalized content, because he was making, like, pedophilia jokes He was making pedophilia jokes. How is that not radical? How is that not radicalized content? Like, anyways. Frenemies gave Trisha a place to, like, kind of correct the narrative, which is fine. I think Trisha deserves that. But then everyone that watched Frenemies, and this is where I'm going to get angry at everybody who pushed the Trisha redemption arc narrative, we all knew. Anyone who watched Frenemies knew it would always end this way. Do you know why I know it was always going to end this way? Because Trisha always ends it this way, regardless of what type of relationship it is, regardless if it was a positive, constructive relationship for them, or if it was a bad one. Why? Because this is the behavior that Trisha Paytas has constantly and consistently shown. And when it comes to people with mental health issues, especially as severe as Trisha's very open about her issues online, very open about having a schizophrenia diagnosis, very open about her BPD, her borderline personality disorder, right? Like, they're very open about all of this, right? They are. So for us to sit there and be like, oh, Trisha's good now, when Trisha hasn't been in therapy for more than, a year? With severe problems like that, like here's the thing, like, this is what kind of get, like, I've never thought that Trisha had particularly changed when they were on Frenemies. Granted, yeah, they made the decision to go get medicated and get help. That's great. I love that for them, and I really do sincerely hope that they continue to do that. But when you have schizophrenia or borderline personality disorder, and you go up until your 30s without getting treated. Now, schizophrenia is a little bit more complicated than that, because a lot of times with that disorder, what happens is the person starts experiencing symptoms early on. So Trisha was probably experiencing symptoms in her early 20s or even teenage years, but you don't notice that they're symptoms. You don't think it's weird. Like, you don't notice that they're hallucinations or that their voices aren't supposed to be there. It's just happening, and then your life needs to fall apart before someone's like, you are not in reality, you're not well. And so for women, it usually happens around the time, you usually get your diagnosis, usually, around late 20s, early 30s, from my research I did for this video, which is right where Trisha is, but, like, it takes years, guys. Like, I don't know what you think she did to deserve this redemption arc, because she clearly hasn't corrected any behavior. Even in her videos with Ethan, she said, I haven't spoken to my therapist about some of the things I've done, which is understandable, because she has years of stuff to get through, and she just started therapy. So I don't, like, it's not that I don't think Trisha isn't deserving of a redemption arc. I just don't think she's done the work there yet. I don't. And then on the other hand, right, speaking of Trisha, let's talk about Gabby Hanna, right? I don't understand why Gabby Hanna's comment section isn't entirely go get help. Like, I don't understand why we're not begging this woman to please go get help, go talk to somebody, go somewhere and get help, and get offline. The entire point of this video is that anyone's wellness journey should happen offline. That's the point of this video, and I'm using all of this to prove it, right? Gabby Hanna posted this video yesterday about sections of a podcast with Trisha Paytas that Gabby had cut. And these two people were having completely different but equally delusional conversations with each other. And it was painful to watch, because Gabby was making these assumptions about things Trisha said and was assuming it was about her. Because in Gabby's world, everything is about her. There's nothing not about Gabby Hanna in Gabby Hanna's world. And Trisha, who's Trisha Paytas, and that was before she had even sought out treatment, was saying, we're not friends, what are you talking about, right? Because Trisha that day had decided that she wasn't friends with Gabby Hanna, because that's what people with borderline personality disorder do. And with Gabby Hanna, who's been open about her ADHD diagnosis, there is kind of like I forget the term, but there's like a friendship permanence type thing where people with ADHD don't necessarily, or other neurodivergent disorders, because I don't have ADHD, but I'm dyslexic, and I kind of do this a little bit too, where people who are sometimes neurodiverse, what they do is they don't necessarily upkeep friendships in the same way that neurotypical people would. And so, like, I get it. I get, like, in Gabby's mind, like, you know, her friendship with Trisha was that, but with Trisha, maybe, I'm not going to try to tell you what Trisha Paytas is thinking at any time, but with Gabby Hanna, like, it's so clear that she's so self-absorbed and she's so just in her own mind that, like, it's very clear to me that she needs to go get help. Like, this woman needs help. Why isn't her comment section filled with help? Her comment section is filled with people either defending her or going against her, right? And it's like, none of what she does is okay. Making that long video about Trisha Paytas was not okay. The Jessie Smiles situation, for those who don't know, right? I'm just talking about this drama like people know. I'm assuming you know all of this if you're watching this video. Jessie Smiles posted these videos of this phone call she had about Gabby Hanna when Gabby Hanna was speaking to the man who assaulted Jessie Smiles. And in that entire conversation, Gabby was much more concerned with her image, with Gabby's own image, with Gabby's reputation, and with getting an apology from the woman who was assaulted. How is this woman's comment section not filled with please go get help? That was bad. Like, don't, like, and listen, like, I'm not absolving anyone in these videos of any of their actions. That's a really important part of recovery, I think, and the healing process is taking ownership over your actions when you were sick and trying to do better, actively do better. This is how I knew Frenemies was going to end. This is how I know that Gabby Hanna is not going to let go of this Trisha Paytas shit. She's not going to let go of this Jessie Smiles shit, and she's going to play this, like, martyr character, because she genuinely thinks she's a martyr in her mind. Like, she genuinely thinks that she has been wronged by all these people, when, honestly, if I looked at Gabby Hanna's other, relationships, I would say the one person that maybe wronged her was David Dobrik, but again, we all know what ended up happening with David Dobrik, so I don't understand why we're engaging like this constantly. Like, she's so clearly someone who is in need of help. And you know what happens when we engage people that are so clearly in need of help that needs to happen offline? We get people who use our behavior and who know how to manipulate our behavior online, right? Like, they know how to do it. We get people trying to take advantage of the way we're thinking about other creators to apply to them. Jeffree Star, perfect example of this. Jeffree Star just posted a video yesterday. I'm filming this on Friday. I film on Fridays. You'll see this on Monday. He posted a video Thursday, the 15th. Nope, I'm lying to you. It was Wednesday, the 14th. He posted a video on Wednesday talking about how he's finally seeking therapy and he's moving out of LA and he's really trying to change this time, guys, right? But in the same video, he threw shade at Tati and implied that Tati was lying during her Breaking My Silence video, right? Now, that situation, very complicated, very different situation, still unfolding. That situation will be unfolding for the rest of our lives because there's a ton of stuff that we'll never know, and more things will happen as time goes on, right? Contrary to that video, right, Tati did post her own video, so it's weird that Tati and Jeffree posted two videos this week, kind of with the same topic, right? And in Tati's video, she spoke about how she took her wellness journey to like go through a hard time and to seek, I actually don't know if she went to therapy or not, but like she took a year offline off of YouTube and she wanted to come back, but she didn't want to come back without addressing everything. And in Tati's video, she said she took a year because she was having a hard time, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, Tati, I said this on TikTok. Tati's just gonna live in Tati land. Tati just wants to talk about makeup. Let her do that. Just let her talk about makeup. Just let her be in Tati land. That was one of the things way before any of this, before Tati even posted her first video with Jeffree Star, way before any of this. One of the fun things about Tati was that she just was not, like, she didn't know anybody. She never fucking talked to anybody. She was just Tati. She just reviewed makeup. And that was it. That was really it. Jeffree, though. So Tati is just leave Tati alone. Jeffree Star, however, you are mistaking yourself if you think Jeffree Star does not see this Trisha Paytas redemption arc. If you think Jeffree Star doesn't see how we watched the circus around Gabby Hanna. And you're mistaken if you don't think Jeffree Star is going to use this I'm in therapy now, I'm trying to recover, I'm trying to better myself narrative to get us to do the same thing we did for Trisha, which is give him a redemption arc that he hasn't shown changed behavior to deserve. At the end of the day, Jeffree Star is always going to be Jeffree Star. Like, I don't know how to, like, he has the curse of existence of himself. Jeffree is one of the people that I think should not have a social online platform. He has his business. I don't know how to tell him not to have his business, but I mean, If you know anything about makeup CEOs, you know they're pretty terrible people anyways. But, like, he's one of these people I feel like should not be online, should not be making videos, because A, like, he's proven time and time again that he misuses it all the time, and B, this man is so racist. This man is so racist that I really can't see him being online and not causing harm in any ways, of having, like, a vocal platform and not causing harm in any way. And it's like, he just fucked up too many times, and, like, I really don't think he should have a platform ever. I think he should give it up, because, again, I don't really see, like, again, first of all, also years and years of behavior that he needs to correct, and also he's just, like, has these deep-seated biases against people of color that he's not, and women too. Let's talk about the misogyny in women that he needs to work through, although the misogyny is a little different than the racism. He doesn't, it's weird. And I feel like this is another hot take, 2 hot takes in this video. I feel like Jeffree Star does exhibit some traits of toxic masculinity, which I know is weird because you could say Christina Jeffree Star is a gay man who wears makeup and wigs and has nails and sells makeup. Like, he revels in femininity. That's true, but when you look at how he runs his business, when you look at how he treats who he considers competition, it shows up right through there. Don't look at what people look like. Like, go past aesthetics. Like, Jeffree, like, it definitely has some things to work through. And after that, like, just go. Like, do it offline, Jeffree, and then leave us all alone. Like, we're tired of you. I don't want you. And, like, none of us, like, you are just too harmful. You're too harmful for the online community. So just go away. And then the last thing I want to... Oh, I'm doing pretty good. This is going to be a short video, guys. The last one I want to address is the Creepshow art situation. So for those of you who don't know, because this one's been kind of under the radar, but it's been the craziest one, right? A creator by the name of Emily Artful uploaded a 2-hour video detailing how she alleges, because it hasn't been proved in court, so for legality, it's all allegations, but she thinks that Creepshow Art, whose real name is Shannon, and her partner, whose name is Andrew, have been stalking and harassing Emily Artful for years. This is because Emily Artful used to be with Andrew, and I think his name's Andrew. She used a fake name at some point in the video, so I can't remember if his name is really Anthony or Andrew. I think it was Andrew. But anyway, she outlines it. It's a really well done video. I would really go watch it, and this is on top of the low cow situation where Creepshow Art has been posting on Lol Cow, talking shit about all of her friends, talking shit about all of these creators, and then also, like, promoting her own shit. And, like, she even doxed her own sister. And with that situation, that's another situation where it's like, I don't know if she should ever come back to, if Creepshow Art should ever come back, because she kind of ruined every single relationship she had online. But also, like, to me, that seems like the cycle of abuse perpetuating, right? Because Andrew very clearly assaulted Emily and was not good to Emily. And after they were done with each other, he very clearly fixated on her, right? Like, I think there's some sort of fixation going on, and that's weird for the current girl to have your boyfriend fixated on someone else, and it just kind of was this thing that just spiraled out of control. Abuse situations are also mental health issues, right? This is why we need to be better about talking to our men and brothers, you know, whoever, talking to men about mental health and, like, having a healthy version of masculinity, and, like, also, like, knowing that it's okay, that, you know what, like, if you have dark thoughts, you can, you know, seek help. Because Emily did say in that video that when she was around Andrew, and his friends, they used to talk about going to their high school and pew, you know, like, putting out a massive attack on their high school that they used to go to, which is not a normal thought. If you're a boy watching this video and you have those thoughts, that is not a normal thought to have. Please seek help. Shootings like that, mass attacks on high schools and public places is such a big issue to me, and it's like, I get really emotional about it. I cry during every single one I hear about, I cry. There's a pattern there is a pattern associated with the people who go out and do this like this. So if you have thoughts like that, that's part of the pattern. Please go seek help. Because you just go seek help, therapy, like get your mind right. Like it's avoidable 100% of the time. Really. So my point of this video when describing all of this is that a lot of our drama that we have, like when you see drama channels and you see the word problematic, like, yeah, these people have done problematic things, right? Like this is a problem that needs to be addressed. Yes. But a lot of it stems from just untreated mental health issues. And I would like to see us move towards an online community that's like, please go get help, instead of why are you doing this? Because they don't know. They're sick. That's why they're doing this. And I would also like to see people's wellness journeys, people's health journeys happen off camera. I have a couple of my own I'm going through, and I feel so uncomfortable talking about it on camera. I don't want it online. I don't want it publicly. I'm okay talking about it with friends and family. Maybe when it's done and I come to a place where I feel like I'm in a maintenance kind of place and like a good place, then I will talk about it, but I don't feel like I'm there for any of the journeys that I'm on. So maybe one day, but certainly not today, because I'm still in the middle of it. And I really wish people would do that too, kind of like Tati said in her video, where she said when she was feeling rough, she didn't want to come post videos. Fine. If you're feeling rough, D'Angelo Wallace also does this too, which is really great. When he's having, an episode, he's also very vocal about his depression. When he's feeling bad, he doesn't post videos. He takes the time for himself. I want to see more people do that. I want to see Trisha Paytas and Gabby Hanna do that. If Jeffree Star is really serious about getting better, and he's not, but if he was really serious about getting better, he would stop posting. He would say, I'm going to Wyoming, I'm going to go to therapy, I'm working on myself, I'm not going to post. Unless if it's like a product launch. But I don't want to hear about your personal life. I don't want to hear about any of it. But I know he's not serious. He's not serious because in the video where he said, oh, I was so shady, I was acting like Regina George, he was still acting like Regina George because he threw shade at Tati. Where Tati did not throw any shade at anyone. The only thing she did was she spoke about her lawsuit that's going on. And that's it. And Creepshow Art hasn't posted anything. I don't think, from all of the videos I've seen, she hasn't really spoken to anybody. But that situation's really like, again, I do think it's like a cycle of abuse perpetuating itself kind of situation where, you know what, you're convinced that this one person, who also had her own problems, right? Emily Artful, her content, I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but talks a lot about all of that too. So thank you for watching. Socials are in the description. Video before that was, before this one. The video before this one was a BTS video. Video before that was Bo Burnham Inside. Speaking of mental health, let's talk about that one. I'm really glad, I don't know, is it all over your TikTok For You pages too? It's all over mine. Inside memes. People are enjoying it. Thank you for watching me rant. Please, the point of this video is like, think. Please think. The point of all my content is please think. Take 3 seconds and think about it. Why is this person doing this, right? Is it because they're wrong in some way? Or is it because, especially somebody like Gabby Hanna or Trisha, who, like, it's constant and you just know it's constant. And it's like, oh my God. Like, please just think. Please just think. Thank you for watching. Socials are in the description. I've been posting on TikTok again. I've started posting again. I'm probably going to stop this, get some water, and post some more. So, I uploaded one to YouTube Shorts. I'm not sure the best way to go about that. I got to do some research to see, like, does YouTube Shorts suppress the ones with the TikTok watermark on it? Like, because if they do, then, like, I might as well, like, I'll figure something else out. But if they don't, like, it would be easiest for me to film in TikTok and then upload on YouTube versus vice versa. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay, goodbye. I love you. Please, like, be well. Something my therapist says to me at the end of every session, he says, stay well. And I really appreciate that. Hello, my therapist, if you're watching. I hope you're not. Don't watch these videos if you're my therapist. Go. Go away. He knows everything I say anyways. Tell him all of this shit regardless. Thanks for watching. I will see you next week for something. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out. Okay, goodbye. I love you.